Hey everybody! Lately, I've been enjoying The Sims more than I have in years. And it all comes down to creating a forever save. I didn't expect it to change the game for me, but it really did. Prior to this, I was stuck in a loop of creating new saves, starting new challenges, but never feeling attached to anything. Until I slowed everything down. Then I went from feeling overwhelmed with the packs and the options and not really connecting to Sims to giving myself permission to play with the packs that I already owned, to just experience The Sims the way it was intended to be played, or at least the way I think it was intended to be played. If you've watched the Let's Play videos of Rowan and Newcrest, then you probably already know that this all started because I had shoulder surgery back in November, and I needed something to focus on creatively, but I have some significant limitations for the next 6 to 9 months, and so I thought, why not play The Sims? But this time, I was going to create a forever save, something that I've meant to do for a while. And I'll admit, the term forever save was a little bit daunting. Most of the time when I played The Sims, I would be finished with a save within a week. So thinking to myself that this was where I was going to play for months and possibly years, yeah, I wasn't sure how that was going to go. And now I almost couldn't see it any other way. I chose my starting sim, Rowan Brookfall, and I thought to myself, what's she doing in this empty place with no friends and no family? And from there, her backstory just kind of blossomed on its own. Now I know when I sit down to play that Rowan's here because her grandmother lived in this town when she was a little girl, and she's trying to find a way to reconnect. And I'm letting this story emerge naturally, instead of forcing it. Although I do sometimes find that challenging. I do like control. But I am focusing on small moments, like just making breakfast, or having friendships, or petting the cat. Just keeping it cozy, realistic. I want to allow Newcrest to grow over time, just like a real town would. And I find that in enjoying these small things that the sim is doing, I was finding more joy in playing the game. The other thing I noticed is that because I didn't have a quick attainable goal, and I'm not saying Rags to Riches is quick and attainable, but usually I could finish that in a couple of sessions. But the goal of Newcrest, to rebuild a whole world that has nothing in it into something alive and vibrant, that is a longer process, and not one that I could accomplish in a single session, for all the reasons. And so when I sat down to play each time, I first set an intention. What was it that I was hoping for? And that intention wasn't always a goal, but sometimes it was. I mean, when we started, the first intention was to get from living and foraging on our own to having our basic needs met on our own lot. And then a new intention might be moving from a shack to a micro home, just 32 tiles, but all the basics. Or from that micro home to a tiny home that's a little bigger, enough room to breathe, enough room to have a proper garden. Or from being alone in a world to being around one really good friend, or two, or three. And this, I think, is what really made The Sims fun for me. I finally felt connected to a sim. Her day-to-day life became important, and the world started to feel like it had a history, and a history in the making. It didn't matter if I didn't get the latest pack or the newest kit. I had everything I needed to play. What can I purchase for the game to make it more fun became, what can I add to the game to make it more fun? What does Rowan need for her life to be more fulfilled? And that became the reason that I kept coming back, Because now the sim had a history and a purpose. And the save had roots and had already started to grow. Playing and recording became joyful. It turned into a cozy routine instead of a checklist of things. Now each time I sit down to play, I'm excited. But I'm thinking about things in small and big ways. I'm thinking about what Rowan might do for the next session, for the next time I play. What might the intention be for that moment? But also, what's the intention ultimately for the town? What sim is going to show up next? And what's their reason for being there? And who's coming down the line after that? And how do we get all of this accomplished? And each question that I ask myself leads to a new place for my Newcrest to grow. It's how we got Elias first, because it occurred to me that Rowan couldn't build a house on her own. So we needed someone to show up in her life who could. And isn't that the way that our lives have gone anyway? Isn't that what's happened in the real world? That when you least expect it, what you need somehow manifests. And why is this so important to me in this moment right now? Because in our last Let's Play, it all went sideways. And in that moment, I realized that I wasn't done. I haven't finished. This isn't the place where Rowan's journey ends, or where Newcrest stalls out. And I got lucky, let's be honest, because that Grim Reaper could have made either decision in that moment, and I don't really know how that all works. And if the decision had gone the other way, I would have found a way to keep moving forward, but it would have been a loss. And that's when I knew that this forever save, or forever for right now save that I'm building, actually does matter. And the fact that it matters is what's making it so much fun for me. Maybe you need a forever save, or a right now save. It doesn't have to be perfect. Pick a sim you feel drawn to. Start with one lot or one neighborhood, and let the story grow slowly. Maybe you don't need anything else in your game, just the right intention. So if you're like me and you are feeling a bit stuck in The Sims, maybe this is your moment to consider starting your own forever save. It's been fun for me to look back and reminisce on the first 11 episodes. And if you want to follow along in my forever save, I've been sharing Rowan's journey right here.